Hello everybody, hope you're having a great day. Take a look at these amazing Snickerdoodles. Great cookies, one of my all-time favorites, and they're so easy to make. Let me show you how. All you need is 3/4 cup of sugar and then 1 stick or 1/2 cup of butter at room temperature. It has to be soft at room temperature, because you want to cream it together with that sugar. You just kind of mash it together until it all incorporates together, and you just work it. Now I'm going to do all this by hand, but you can use an electric mixer. And I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, and I hope all is well with you and yours. Okay, we'll go ahead and scrape this spatula off. And then we want to begin to add 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. And if you like your cookies crisp, leave the cornstarch out. And 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar. And then a dash of salt. And of course you can leave the salt out if you don't like salt. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, not baking powder, baking soda. And 1 egg. And so we have butter and egg are really the only things to bring moisture into this cookie dough. And go ahead and give it a kind of a pre-stir, break the egg up. You don't have to really get this incorporated completely, but you just want to kind of get it started, because the next thing we want to add is, of course, the flour. And that's 1 1/3 cups of just regular all-purpose flour. These are some of the best cookies you'll ever make. And you have to kind of take your time, because it's a rather stiff dough. You can see how thick it is and how dry it is. So just take your time and turn it over, and it gets crumbly. You want to try and get all of the flour moistened. I'm going to switch to a metal spoon because it's so stiff. And you just keep working at it like this, a little at a time. And you can see it's still crumbly. Now I'm going to switch to my hands. All the flour is moistened, but it hasn't really come together. And I'm going to kind of gently press it, kind of like the way you do with biscuit dough. I'm going to press it together until it all comes together like this. Very simple. And then now the dough's ready. It's just that easy. So I'll bring out the baking sheet. And we also need to make a coating. It's just 1 tablespoon of sugar and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon mixed together. And we'll coat each of the cookies in this mixture. I hope your holiday preparations are in full swing. And ours certainly are here at the house. I love this time of year. So I have a small ice cream scooper. And that's just to help with portion control. You don't have to use that, and you just make a little round ball of dough and then roll it in the coating. It's just that easy. And I suppose those are about the size of a ping pong ball, a little smaller than a golf ball. And we happen to have some colored sugar, and I thought for the holidays, why not make a couple of colored ones? So we'll go ahead and coat it in the cinnamon coating, and then a little of the green sugar on one and the red sugar on another. And I'm only going to do 2 just for demonstration. The green one needs a little more. So we'll just press it in like that and get the rest of them made. We turned out to have 13 cookies. So let me spread them out just a little bit. These are kind of large cookies, and really they make about 3.5-inch cookies. So this is a small batch. We want to cook them in a 375-degree oven for 12 minutes. If you like your cookies crisp, you'll want to cook them a little longer. I like mine nice and soft. We bring them out, and then after we let them set for about 5 minutes on the cookie sheet, we'll transfer them to a cooling rack. Big, beautiful, soft and chewy Snickerdoodles. Oh yeah, wonderful. And the house just smells of cinnamon. Take a look at that. Well, let's look at one up close and personal. Now it's really easy to double this recipe and make more, but I can't afford to eat more. Look how beautiful and soft these are. Crisp along the outside and so chewy and delicious on the inside. Just the way I like them. Again, if you like them a little more crisp, you just bake them a little longer. Well, there we have it. Beautiful holiday Snickerdoodles. I hope you give these a try. Hey, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye now.